Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through the all-age stakes meeting this Saturday at Royal Randwick, the last leg of the treble for the carnival. We're going to get you through 20 minutes of great racing insight. We've got the quaddie legs to get through, best bets. We've got value bets as well. Welcoming in you, Mike. Look, it's been a big 2 weeks out there. We have thoroughly enjoyed it. The carnival is over. Almost.
A massive few weeks. So much fun, so much analysis, so much hard work. Well done to the ATC on a fantastic carnival. We've enjoyed every single minute. We let ourselves off the leash last weekend for Winx, didn't we? Cheering from the stand as loud as we possibly could. But a much different weekend for me this weekend, Stu. I'm taking out the two kids, my 1-year-old James and my 3-year-old Grace. It's going to be a much different weekend on Saturday.
Oh, little Gracie, my goddaughter. Yes, I know she can be such a handful, Mike.
She can.
But look, Winx, absolutely amazing. The crowd, 25,000. Look, I thought they could have got more. Where is everyone in Sydney? But Mike, you know what? I was there, you were there, I've got my stories. Everyone that was there witnessed something pretty special. And you know what? All the kids that were there, that's what made my day. That was amazing.
You said it perfectly, Stu. It was a magical moment. Everyone getting up at exactly the same moment, all 25,000 of them, cheering at exactly the same time. It's a magic moment in racing. That's why we love this great game.
It sure is. But look, we can't live off that moment forever. It's a great race day this week, as I said. It's all-age stakes day. But Mike, before we get to the quaddie, outside, just before we came in here, the Frank Packer plate. You've got your eyes on a few there. You like the race.
Love these 3-year-olds this time of year and love this form line as well. Tangled from the Derby in Holy Snow with Group 3 form. The odds surely should be the other way around, Stu.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, mate. Loving the Derby form. Look, that's not in the quaddie, but I tell you what is. It's the Group 1 Champagne Stakes for the 2-year-olds. We're out to 1,600 metres now. We've got some future stars of the turf potentially. Benny Smith, the Newcastle boy. What a win that was. Eldorado Dreaming, storming down the outside at $151. Pretty sure it's not going to be that this week. And another roughie in the race, Mike, Jean Dubois. He's got Guerriere involved in the race with Jean Van Overmeer in the saddle. The punters too, they came for the horse that it beat as well on Wednesday, so potentially another knockout in a Group 1 race.
I know you had a bet on the Kensington track on Wednesday and made a few bucks, Stu. Well done for picking up on that form line. Let's see if the Frenchman's horse lines up in this first leg of the quaddie, the Group 1 Champagne Stakes, a classic race for the 2-year-olds and a real test as well. 1,600 metres at Royal Randwick is the race set up. We think the conditions could be good. We think the conditions could be soft. We've absolutely got no idea. There's grey skies outside Sydney at the moment. The storms are rolling in, so watch out for that weather leading in through Friday and Saturday. We won't be playing track conditions as a key factor through all these 4 races for that reason. We're not sure. We hope the bias is going to be fair. The rail's out 6 metres. Sometimes they can be near rails, but because they've been using the track recently, hopefully it's fair. Across the 3 key factors for this first race, you've got to play scope. 2-year-olds on the rise, position and run. It's a reasonable size field. And distance, 2-year-olds, 1,600 metres for the first time, the biggest key factor of all.
Yeah, that's the one, the distance. Let's have a look at the market now for the first leg of the quaddie. It is the Champagne Stakes and, well, pretty wide open from the get-go, this quaddie. Not a single cent, $5.50. We've got Seabrook there coming through the size as well. They're equal favourites. Outrageous wasn't far behind, nor was Longleaf. Eldorado Dreaming with that storming run down the outside at $9. Not $151 today, it's $9. And then Irukandji with the value form. That's the other form line to weigh up, Mike. But it's the Champagne Stakes, a very wide open market here. 2 clear form lines to look at.
Seriously wide open. You'll see in the key factors soon the analysis why it's so wide open. It's a really open race. Let's have a look at these replays and see how close these horses are together. Starting with what a fantastic win for our mate Benny Smith. What a great trainer he is, an up-and-coming trainer. Eldorado Dreaming ridden quietly this day out the back. She absolutely stormed home to beat an unlucky Uhud, but a few other runners in behind, Stu.
Yeah, look, there's a few to look at here. We've got Outrageous, Longleaf, Encryptions there. Bondi a little bit unlucky on the speed as well, but yeah, what a barnstorming finish, and the crowd was a bit stunned.
Yeah, it absolutely looks like she'll love 1,600 metres, won't she? Separate the horse in the pink, 4 wide, no cover the whole way from barrier 3 and keeping on. That's a really good run from him, and not a single cent in the pack. Held up, a few unlucky runs in behind.
Well, look, there's pretty much only one other form line, and that's the one we've got to show, and it is the value, Mike. We're going back a few weeks here, and the winner on the day, Irukandji, here in the orange, up on pace, but a hard luck story in behind in Arcadian.
Yeah, Irukandji on pace, bred to stay, stepping up from 1,200 metres to 1,400 metres. What was he, about 11, 12, 13 bucks? So the punters didn't really love him this day, but just now you find out how much stamina he's got. He sticks on, fights really hard. And Arcadian back in the red with the blue cap. He's been to Sydney twice and got absolutely the door shut on him twice. There it is. He doesn't like Sydney so far, but he's going pretty well.
Yeah, no, you don't want to have a look at that replay if you backed it that day. But look, the done deal. It's got the Massaras happy there with Irukandji. Time for a bet, Mike. We've seen the replays. Now it's time for key factors and all the form. Take us through it as we light up the gold bars for the first leg of the quaddie.
Yeah, we didn't mention during the replays that spin was in both races, and we did some time analysis as well, and the form ratings are very similar. Wow, look at that page. Apart from El Dorado, we cannot split these horses on form.
Oh, well, he's just there out on form, so it's El Dorado Dreaming just there. Now, what about Scope, Mike? They've all pretty much got it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of guesswork, isn't it? You've got to look at confirmation, you've got to look at progression, their stage of preparation, have a bit of a guess at which horses have the most upside. They're the 5 that we think out of the favourites can improve on Saturday.
Well, El Dorado Dreaming with the neck out there. What about position and run? This has got to be important for the 2-year-olds.
Yeah, pretty simple one. Not too much tempo in the 1600 metre race. So there's the 4 horses, including Not a Single Cent, drawn the inside that can get near pace and get a nice cushy run.
We've got a few levelling up here. Not a Single Cent levelling up. Irukandji, Separate, they're all joining in the fun. What about distance, Mike? Well, it's 1600.
Yeah, once again, there's a little bit of guesswork here as well, but punters everywhere in Australia will be trying to guess how these 2-year-olds got 1600 metres. Not a Single Cent, big striding, tough horse. Should love it. We saw El Dorado. Irukandji we saw as well. Acadian, he's been keeping on really well. We think the 1600 metres will be good for him as well.
Well, they all started on the same form. That's what we know. But look, there's a lot of gold bars down the bottom there, Mike. So it could be a race where there's a lot of value. We've got to have a time for a bet here now, Mike. Let's weigh all this up. I mean, we've seen a few of those down the bottom. I know there's some value there, $23. I think Separate, there it is. It's all about this great game, isn't it? Up to the mile, which of these 2-year-olds can stay? Yes, there's a bit of guesswork, but you've taken a bit of guesswork out here, Mike, because there's a few horses at odds.
Yeah, decent odds. And look at the race guide on Friday morning to see which horses you like, which one's profile with the right breeding, confirmation, the right things we talked about before, stage of preparation. But based on the analysis, there's the 4 that we like. And obviously there's 2 that are better odds than the rest. So Irukandji near the pace, bred from Dundee, he'll be keeping on late. And Separate, we think he'll firm on Saturday. A lot of people saw that unlucky run last start. He's a really solid horse.
Okay, so it's Irukandji in the first leg of the quaddie there for us. As we get to the second leg, and as the Group 1 All-Age Stakes over the 1400 metres, Mike, sometimes the forgotten Group 1 at the end of the carnival, but the TJ Smith win by Trapeze Artist, that just blew me away, mate. That was absolutely fantastic. But, geez, I thought this horse would be odds on to be going to the Stallion Barn straight after, but I tell you what, good on the owners, because we don't get enough of these three-year-olds staying on. What a horse this Trapeze Artist is, Mike. He's got a great future ahead of him in the barn as well. But can we trust him?
That's a really big question. Obviously, his form's the best. The first 2 seconds looking at the form guide, you'll determine that.
Yep.
It's all about the key factors in this race. Let's have a look at the way the race sets up. Another Group 1 on Saturday, 1400 metres. First and foremost, not too much tempo in this race. A few going forward. Do they go forward with Trapeze Artist, who seems to like a bit of cover? He might get the box seat if they do. Good 3 to soft 6 is the forecast, that fair bias we talked about before. We hope we'll get on Saturday across the 3 key factors. Stage of prep, a bit of a risk for Trapeze Artist. Position and run, he's drawn wide. And reliability, he's a little bit up and down too, isn't he?
Yeah, we love that one here on Key Factors Reliability. Well, let's have a look at the market, and the one thing I can tell you is this is one of the best back horses around the country, and why not make it in the Group 1? 260 got absolutely smashed into 225 on Thursday. Expect that one to shorten up even more. Leramain out to $8.50 there. Brave smash there, $8.50. Hartnell, good to see the big boy back in Sydney. Tommy Melbourne in the money there at $12. But Mike, Trapeze Artist, they have jumped out of everywhere to back this. One of the best back runners on the day with Cliff's Edge in Melbourne.
And there's absolutely every reason why they should back him, because you look at this replay and we look back in history, this is going to be one of the biggest wins of the 2018 championships. Trapeze Artist with a bit of cover early on, 3 wide with cover, coming 4 wide on the turn, looming up and absolutely destroying them. Leramain getting the trail behind him, but he had nothing on this horse this day, Stu.
Look, this is the best of the best. This was the Group 1 TJ, and just look what he does to Redzel here. This is a serious win, and I mean, we've said it, the punters know it, it's a serious horse.
Yeah, Redzel, no excuses, no injuries afterwards. He just goes past him, absolutely smashes him, gap to 3rd, the unlucky inner time in 3rd.
Yep.
Best sprinters in Australia, some of the best sprinters in the world, and he brained them.
Well, let's have a look at another replay now. We'll take you back to Brave Smash when he won the Group 1 in Melbourne before coming up to Sydney. This is in the Futurity. And Mike, this was such a patient ride, just in behind the pace, but when he got the gap, that was it, all over.
Yeah, it was a big win, but look, Stu, I just don't know about these other replays. We looked for a second replay. We usually show 2 replays. This one's okay. Showtime fights on for the lead, but he's been smashed in Sydney twice in easier races. Brave Smash, clearly going well in Melbourne, clearly good at his best. But he was dealt with last start in the TJ Smith, so it's hard to like him on Saturday.
All right, well, that's what the punters have got to weigh up. 225 for Trapeze Artist. You're saying you like the form. None of the others stack up. Let's have a look now at all the form and key factors, Mike. How far Trapeze Artist? Wow.
Is he Winks? I'm not sure, but the gap is as big as Winks. Trapeze Artist on form ratings from the last couple of starts at Weight for Age absolutely smashes them.
I think that's the biggest form rating I've ever seen here on key factors, Mike. Now we're getting into the key factors, stage of preparation. Now the race is on.
Yeah, the risks start for Trapeze Artist. Deep in his preparation, he can go a bit off the ball. We've seen that before. Le Romain, third up, perfect. The Mission getting fitter all the time. Showtime on the backup. He's a big, strong horse that could enjoy it.
Okay, so a couple edging closer there. What about position in run? Always important.
Yeah, he's drawn wide, isn't he? Do they go forward? Do they go back? There's not too much tempo, so the jockey on Trapeze Artist has got a few questions to ask. Brave Smash drawn well. The Mission, nice inside barrier. He can go forward as long as he doesn't over-race too much.
Okay, so a couple of others edging up closer here, but Trapeze still well out in front. Reliability, Mike, we've mentioned it a couple of times already.
Yeah, it's not as if Trapeze Artist runs badly every now and then, but he doesn't run his peak rating every time. We saw the Golden Rose, he smashed them. We saw the TJ Smith, he smashed them. But the starts around those two starts are just not at the same level. Le Romain, Tom Melbourne, pretty reliable types. But even with those factors, they still haven't closed the gap.
Yeah, look, we've hit the line there, Mike. He started out 4 lengths or thereabouts on top for form. A few of them have definitely caught up. He hasn't gone further away. But look, this is all about the punters, Mike. They've jumped out of trees. There's 260 into 225. Time for a bet. That's the question that we've got to weigh up, isn't it? How short is this horse? 225. We've still got him a few lengths clear there. I mean, look, he could be worth 30 or 40 million in the breeding barn. The others are all trying, Mike, but is this a case of see you later?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I just don't know. Maybe not a bet race for us. Maybe wait for the weather. Trapeze Artist seems to like a firm track. Definitely wait for the mounting yard as well. So many questions on this race. Maybe wait for those last 5 or 10 minutes and determine whether you've got the confidence at home. He's going to run the big race he can, but the top pick has to be Trapeze Artist. Yep. If he turns up anything like the TJ Smith form, he brains them again. It's somewhat a sneaky place bet. Yep. The Mission as well for a place.
All right, so it's all Trapeze there for us in the second leg of the quaddie. Stick around and we'll wrap up a great program at Royal Randwick after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. We're up to the third leg of the quaddie at Royal Randwick. It's the JRA plate over the 2,000 metres, and Beatson Mike, he gave the Doncaster one hell of a shake. I always get a little bit nervous when they're coming back from such a big run like that, but it's a good race, isn't it? Barb Joseph and Paul Jones, they've got almost caught flying up from Canberra. And Mike, as we came in here, there was a little bit of rain ever since a few weeks ago. You've been mentioning Natoya, getting back to Randwick, getting on a wet track. I don't know if this rain's going to come, mate, but you're excited. I can see it.
I love this mare. I love this race. This is one of the best races on Saturday. You can sink your teeth into the form for 1 day, 2 days, as long as you like. It's probably the best betting race on Saturday. Let's have a look at the way the race sets up. 2,000 metres, Group 3 level, and a really good, honest, strong tempo. So you'll need a really genuine stayer on Saturday. Good 3 to soft 6, we don't know. And a fair bias we talked about before. Across the 3 key factors, we're looking for scope in this handicap, progressive types. The Royal Randwick track's quite testing. And Surge, strong 2,000 metres, you need to smash the line.
Yeah, love that key factor there. It's going to be all important. Let's have a look at the market now for this third leg of the quaddie, and Gaze Beatson strong in the market again. $4.20 favourite here against a few that we know well. We've got Ratapole there, $6. Interlocket at $6.50. Cool Chap off a nice run in the Doncaster, $7.50. McCreary's there. Morris is there. There's a couple of the emergencies right in it, and your little mate Natoya there, Mike. But look, Beatson favourite, but this market's wide open. You said it's a great betting race, and that to me looks it.
Yeah, cracking betting race. So many informed horses, starting with a very similar race from a couple of weeks ago. 2,000 metres, good track, this time at Rosehill and Neville Selwood. Let's see how they went. Beatson in the lead, loves rolling along at Rosehill. McCreary near the pace this day. Morris running on well from the pack. Those top 4, all pretty strong runs, Stu.
Yeah, look, Gay, tough on pace. That's exactly what this horse is. It just personifies this whole stable through and through. This is a great run this day, but look, that Doncaster run was massive as well.
Yeah, massive in form, but he got to control this race, so he likes to roll along, control the race on a dry track, which is what he did. Morris second up, huge improvement. McCreary finding the line pretty well. Like we said, those top 4, all really good, but we're in a much more testing race on Saturday at Randwick.
Okay, there's a look at one. Now, Mike, we're going to go back in a bit of time here like we do on Key Factors. Natoya, it's hit that wet track. It was just a really small win by about 10 lengths, I think, this day. Look, if the rain does come, the punters, they've seen it in the form guides, but let's have a look at it because this, importantly, was over 2,000 metres. It brained them.
Yeah, we haven't seen much rain in Sydney lately. A little bit of rain in the last couple of days, obviously. This is last June, the middle of winter. They stepped her sharply up to 2,000 metres. She wasn't firm in the market. She had a bit of value around her this day. She loomed up 200 metres out in a really testing race, and you just don't see horses win like that. What is that? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's just good to see again, isn't it?
That's ridiculous. Could have won by 5 more. Could have won by 15.
Well, look, we've got another Kiwi visitor. They've been coming over for the whole carnival. This one's Rising Red. And look, we're going to take you back another year here. This is back in the New Zealand Derby. This is a Group 1. Now, not all the Kiwis have performed on the drier tracks in Sydney this autumn, but there's form around here. We've got Ginger Nuts. We've got John Snow. So, look, the form out of this is fantastic. And this is just another real tough Kiwi.
Yeah, we thought we'd show that Natoya replay because some people might have forgotten that replay from last year. Rising Red, just a couple of months before that replay, in the New Zealand Group 1 Derby with Ginger Nuts on his outside. He's a big striding stayer. He worked really hard to get on pace this day. And when Ginger Nuts, who we know how good he is, loomed up, he fought so hard. People might have forgotten how good this horse is. He's a genuine group level stayer.
Yeah, look, it's good to look at replays like that, especially with Group 1 horses like Ginger Nuts involved. All right, Mike, third leg of the quaddie. Who's got the form? And let's have a look at all the key factors to get the punters home.
Yeah, wide open across the page. The market may have got it wrong. Cool chap at the weights. Morris, after that second we saw, and almost caught down in weight. They get the gold bar for form in an open race.
All right, so a few here at value on the form to kick things off. Scope, Mike, who's got it?
Yeah, looking for ones on the way up. Radipole straight to 2,000 metres. Could improve. Natoya, massive upside, back to 2,000 metres again. The Pinnacle, a 4-year-old as well, improving.
All right, now to Royal Randwick, Mike. We've got some value here down the bottom.
Yeah, I beat some. Definitely a risk to a testing Royal Randwick. We think up to 2,000 metres. He likes rolling at Rose Hill. Interlocutor loves Randwick. McCreary, definitely better at Randwick than Rose Hill. Natoya absolutely loves this track too.
Yeah, here she comes. So she stuck her neck out there, Mike. Now, who's got the surge over the 2,000 metres? That is all important.
Well, how can you knock her? She's back to 2,000 metres, strong tempo race. We saw her smash the line. There's a few others there that smashed the line as well. The favourites, Radipole straight to 2,000 metres, albeit same with a strong tempo, maybe a slight risk late.
Yeah, Natoya's got the surge there. She's smashed the line best out of all those. But one thing that's telling me, Mike, there's value to be had in this race. There was value from the start. Time for a bet in this race. You mentioned a few of the favourites, not in the calculations there. So let's see. I mean, we've got Natoya, as you said, surging late. We've got Rising Red there as well. The top three, well, they've just been swamped in the betting, in the form. Mike, you say we've got to play for edge. I'm pretty sure you've just found it here. Look at the value here. 10, 750, 10, 19, all on top.
Big edge, love the race. Bet early, bet on Saturday, bet both days. Triple your bet if the rain comes. Absolutely love this race. Natoya for us. I can't believe she came out on top on a good track. If the rain comes, I think she's close to a moral at those odds each way. She's definitely going to run well. Rising Red, the forgotten stayer. He'll push forward on Saturday. He'll give an almighty kick. They're both great, improving 4-year-old stayers.
Okay, so it's Natoya for us, and I can sense some good confidence
Love this
from
race.
you there in the third leg of the quaddie. Let's have a look at the last leg, and it's like a good old-fashioned welter, isn't it? But it is a benchmark 99. Osborne Bulls, Mike, this horse we know just absolutely loves to smash the line. He loves to win, and he seems to love doing it in race 9 as well. And one interesting note here, Our Century used to be trained by Lloyd Williams. Kim Moore's now got the job of getting this horse. Really shows how well her stable's going, and good luck to Kim Moore with one of these ex-imports.
Yeah, fantastic trainer, popular trainer, going so well. She's got that donkey on Twitter that everyone follows, and Marky War on Twitter when the big bash is off.
He loves it.
He's got lots of opinions on racing. Good on him. He loves the great game as well. Let's have a look at the way the last race sets up. A benchmark race, like Stu said, 1,400 metres, not too much tempo again, which could be a risk for Osborne Bulls. Steady to fair only. Good to soften the fair bias we talked about. Across to the 3 key factors, which of these sprinters are the right stage of preparation, which of the sprinters love the 1,400 metres, and because the tempo is a bit variable, we're playing adaptability too.
A nice one. Don't see that too often on key factors, adaptability. Let's have a look at the market here, Mike, for the Get Out Stakes. It's the last leg of the quaddie at Royal Randwick this weekend, and, well, no surprise here, Osborne Bulls. The punters absolutely love this horse. 6 wins from his 8 starts. Into $2.30. Special Missile there, he'll be on pace at $8.50. Tribal Wisdom, New Universe, that's some exposed form that we're used to. Savapinski back, out to black on gold, but look, the punters, they love this horse in blue, Osborne Bulls. They're going to come for it again. Already into $2.30, Mike. Well, we've got to figure that out if that's a good price.
Let's have a look at him last start, and there'll be a lot of people who love him. And a lot of people who want to lay him at this price on Saturday because he is so short, isn't he? Special Missile up on the pace, fighting on pretty well. Tribal Wisdom, the big, muscular, powerful grey, sprints and then peaks like he does. He gives a nice trail to Osborne Bulls. This was his day, wasn't it, Stu? Up to 1,400 metres for the first time. We'd seen him smash the line before this day, and he relished that 1,400 metres, didn't he?
Yeah, that was the key. Up to the 14, and look, it did it this day. We were on him, but look, had no luck to start before, but this is where he just said, I'm here and I'm here to win.
Yeah, big win on the improve. He goes up a couple of kilograms in grade following this start, even though he's not up in weight. Yeah, definitely an improving horse, but he needs to improve again to win.
All right, now there's another horse here, Mike. He's been up for a while now, New Universe. Now, a few people will probably say, oh, hasn't won for a long time. So let's take you back to this horse's last win. Importantly, it was on wet track. If the rain does come, here it is over 1,400. We're talking about New Universe in the yellow.
Yeah, talk about forgotten horses. He's almost racing every week, but you almost forget him because he just doesn't win very much, doesn't he? You found this replay, Stu, from November 2017 on a wet track. He's a genuine type that does try hard. He's had the blinkers on of late and he's handling them now. And he does try hard, like we said. The races he's been running in recently have been quite tough. So don't dismiss him on Saturday.
Yeah, there's a few punters out there that have liked to sack this horse, but this shows that he can hit the line and, look, he can win.
Yeah, we don't think he's a non-winner at all.
Well, look, there's a look at a couple of replays for the last leg of the quaddie. Mike, form, all important. Osborne Bulls, well, he's absolutely raging.
Let's have a look and see how his form rating lines up. Look, he's up in grade. So not a clear top rater, but you have to give him the gold bar for form. Light him up.
There he is as we get the race started. Stage of preparation, Mike.
Yeah, improving into the preparation. No knocks for Osborne Bulls. Special Missile getting fitter. Tribal Wisdom in a nice stage of prep as well. Black on gold, not too bad fresh, this horse.
Okay, so it's Osborne Bulls extending his lead there. Now in the distance, Mike.
Yeah, 1,400 metres. 1 from 1 for Osborne Bulls. He absolutely loves it. New Universe up to 1,400 metres. We think it's a plus as well. And Snippets Land didn't quite get the 15 last start. Back in distance is a plus for him.
Okay, well, there's some value there. New Universe sticking with Osborne Bulls. Adaptability, you mentioned it off the top. Interesting key factor.
Yeah, maybe the risk for Osborne Bulls. He's not always the quickest out of the barrier. He can jump midfield, a bit slow. So back in the pack, it's just a bit of a risk for a short price favourite. Special Missile near the pace if he wants to. New Universe can go forward or back, which is an important attribute for him.
Okay, so New Universe has made a lunge. Special Missile's close enough. Osborne Bulls, though, importantly, holding on, Mike. But look, holding on might not be good enough at $2.25. That's what the punters at home have really got to have a look at. I expected him to be a little further ahead in our ratings there, but look, it's time for a bet, Mike. Do we have any edge here to take a $2.25 shot? I'm not sure. Let's bring up these odds. Just a length or so there. New Universe at $9.50. There seems to be value there. We saw the replay. Special Missile and what's this? Shiraz. That's popped up into this at $26.
Yeah, completely forgotten, is he? He peaked over 1,500 metres like we thought we would. He's back to 1,400 metres third up. He's a fantastic horse with a similar weight to Osborne Bulls. He'll be a mighty foe for Osborne Bulls on Saturday. They're the top four that we like. And as always, we'll play the value. New Universe going forward, we hope, on Saturday. A great each-way play. And Shiraz, if the tempo is steady, he'll sprint so well. He's a great each-way play as well.
All right, so it's New Universe's value there in the last leg over Osborne Bulls. Mike, it's quaddie time now. I mean, a lot of people have signalled out Trapeze Artist in their quaddie as the anchor. What are we doing this week? He's obviously there for us. Are we going to anchor with him?
Yeah, we thought about it for a long time, whether we'd anchor him or not. If the rain does come, maybe we'll go wider. Let's have a look at the quaddie and see what we've done. Trapeze Artist, yep, there he is. One out on Saturday, race 7, number 10. There's the one for us. Probably the riskiest race is race 6. We've chosen the 5 2-year-olds we think will love the 1,600 metres. But of course, another 2-year-old could surprise us across to race 8. We love that betting race. We're going a little bit wide, but we're betting big on Rising Red and Natoya. And race 9, Osborne Bulls has to go in. But there's 2 big value bets there as well in Shiraz and New Universe.
Okay, so that's 111% of the quaddie for the 100. Only need a couple of those outsiders to get up to potentially have a very big collect there, Mike, on the last day of the Randwick Carnival. Now, Mike, the $100 hot seat. This has been absolutely on fire. We had Catchy last week. Who shot the barman last week? Don't let this head explode, mate. The punters still want to make it over the grand. It's going very well. What have you got for us this week? There's been value all throughout those, so I'm sure some of those are going to make an appearance.
You're a good mate, Stu, keeping me honest, keeping me stressed out about these bets. Let's have a look at this $100 and see if we can keep the golden run going and see what we're betting on Saturday. We're going wide and we're going small on these bets, and you've got to go for value. Starting with the Group 1, Race 6, the Champagne Stakes, Irukandji, Separate, Acadian and El Dorado. They're the ones at big odds. Bet on them all early, bet on them all on Thursday night. The big bets we love, $20 on Rising Red, $20 on Natoya. They'll both firm on Saturday. If the rain does come, triple your bet on Natoya and $10 each way on Shiraz. Near the pace, giving a good kick. going wide on Saturday.
All right, so that just shows the punters there's no harm in having a few bets in these races. They're wide open. It's carnival time. We hope we've steered you into a few winners there, and especially in the quaddie as well. But it looks to be a lot of value, Mike. It's going to be a fantastic day out there. You've got the kids out there. Get everyone to Royal Randwick to wrap up the carnival. It's been so exciting with Winx throughout. And that's all from us here at Key Factors. But check out theraceguide.com.au for all your profiling needs as you head to the races on Saturday. We'll see you again next week.
See you at the track.
Thank you.